And it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas. Oh, there he is. Welcome to our Cochise County Sports Show. I'm Dave Davies. That is Paul Pizzy Corder again. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Dave. We are really, really late today, but hopefully
I'm going to do the thing for you.
Hopefully we get some grace period because it is the holidays.
Hey, it's working.
All right, there we go.
So, my friends, thank you for joining us again for our Cochise County Sports Show. We're going to have a little quick one today. We didn't have a lot of games.
No.
Well, we have Christmas break. I am going to mess with the big guy a little bit today, so let's have some fun, huh?
Hey, lighting looks good, too. I bet you are. Can you turn that down, please?
I'm
the people
trying to
can
help
hear.
you, Mr. Producer Man.
I got it. So, again, folks, yeah, just a quick little show here. We will be covering more of the professional sports as we don't have too many stats for the teams. The teams that do put in stats, most of them weren't playing last week. It just is what it is. But thank you, everyone, for joining us on Paul and Dave's Cochise County Sports Show presented by Synergy HomeCare. When you need to find care for someone you love, it's important that it feels right. Synergy HomeCare provides non-medical home care all of Cochise County. Yes, we go out to San Simon, Dave, by the way. So give them a call at 520-685-1035.
Don't mind my dancing. There's Christmas music playing. I wait all year for today. I'm a Christmas person. This is also brought to you by the Sierra Vista Golf Center at Pueblo Del Sol. They are having a special tomorrow. Come on out here, noon, anytime after, $29 to play golf at Sierra Vista Golf Center at Pueblo Del Sol.
Be there.
And also, this is the last time this year I'm going to be able to do this. This is also brought to you by Texas Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Thank you, Roadhouse.
Mention our show. Get free fried pickles. Get free potato skins. Come in and get some free stuff. And if we get some people in the chat, I'm going to give away 9 holes of golf today. It's freaking Christmas.
That's right, folks. Tag your friends. Get them in here because when we get a lot of people interactive in the chat, we give away free golf. So go ahead. Tell everyone that we're here.
It's 75 degrees today?
So you might have noticed the third chair is absent. We didn't know that, but it looks like we're not going to have Coach Dennis Baker. And we did ask Mr. Here, There, Everywhere, Sebastian Lopez to jump on the show. But after the picture, I'm sure that Cool FM shared on him that he thinks that we had nothing.
Wasn't us.
We had nothing to do with that, Sebastian.
That wasn't us, Lopez. I promise you.
I will say, I'm sure your wife had the same sentiment. She goes, "That's a really cute picture." It's like, okay, have you seen Sebastian Lopez take pictures? He's a high school athlete. They just want to look tough.
It's like he's posing for the Heisman in every picture. The kid's just, it wasn't us, Lopez, okay? I promise you, it wasn't us.
Yeah, absolutely promise you on that one, Dave, but...
Cool FM wanted to recognize you, but we're not the ones that took the picture, okay? It wasn't us.
Go ahead and fill, brother. I'm just trying to share this out to everyone.
No, you're good. We're going to go and do a quick basketball recap. Again, there wasn't a lot going on last week, and even if there was, there wasn't a lot of stats. Coaches. We'll start. The Buena girls didn't play last week. Their next game is going to be January 8th. They're going to be home against Choya.
Who?
That's it. The Buena girls.
Oh, the Buena girls. Yeah, absolutely. The Buena boys.
Now, we do have something to talk about there.
Actually played in a tournament.
We were there
last week, and we don't have Coach Dennis Baker. I was really hoping we get him on here for the championship game, but we were there to broadcast every other game. You guys might have noticed that my voice is a little hoarse right now.
You still haven't recovered, yeah.
Still haven't recovered, Friday, I couldn't even speak. I just
took over. The second half, I took over. I'm like, you know what? Just take a rest, big guy.
And unfortunately, as grown adults, we do have full-time jobs, so Dave couldn't get out there. But either which way, so Buena last week went 2-1 in that Pima Aztec Holiday Classic. They are now currently 8-4 with a few games missing. 2-1 last week, like I said. The only game they had stats for was the very first one against PVC, BVV, whatever it was. Doesn't matter. Not gonna win here anymore. Anyway.
Push Valley Christian Academy.
Jamin Booker in that game had 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 steals.
Half.
All in the second, not the rebounds, but the points. Kingston Clark in the first half, if you remember, Dave had 13 points.
Oh, I remember.
Really led the charge there for the Buena Colts. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. And let's talk about Jesus Pacheco for a little bit. In this game, 8 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. I think, we always get enamored with the Jamin Booker, with the Sebastian Lopez. Jesus Pacheco might be the best all-around basketball player in Cochise County.
He can handle the ball. He can rebound. He does the dirty work inside. He's only 6'2". I mean, yes, do everything player for the Buena Colts.
It's only 4 inches taller than me.
But yes, the do everything player for the Buena Colts. That's why we interviewed him in the second game, because Zeus, he averages double-digit rebounds. He's 6'2".
He's averaging a double-double. So the Buena Colts really set up for success here. They did lose in the championship game to Rangeview out of Colorado. They are a 6A school, and they are currently ranked number 1 by Max Preps in the state of Colorado. So that didn't go their way. It was a close game for a little bit. I know you talked to Coach Dennis Baker after the game, and he said that they just got hot from three-pointer.
Well, I mean, and for Buena, like, you're not going to play a team that good again. Like, that is the best team in the state of Colorado, and Buena, like, they were within 10 in the first half. But, I mean, to talk about a learning experience punching up. You know what I mean? Like, Buena was punching up big on that one. It was either going to be that team or Tucson High. So either way, I mean, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say Buena wasn't going to win either one of those games because it's Tucson High. But Buena put themselves to fight with the big boys and see what they really, really are. And again, there's no shame in that game. I mean, like, we're playing the best high school team in the country, for the love of God.
All right, so that's going to be...
I mean, but they handled their business in the other 2 rounds easily.
They did, absolutely. So. By the way, folks, we are at the Sierra Vista Golf Center at Pueblo Del Sol. We didn't mention that.
I did.
Oh, yeah, you did. Jump into our chat, by the way. This is a live show. Let's get interactive so Dave can give away free golf.
I do like to give
stuff away. A free 9-hole round of golf in the best course in Cochise County. Dave, I've known people that have traveled from Rio Rico to come play this game. I know people that travel from Wilcox to play this course. So, I mean, you can't do any better than that.
I mean, my back is still jacked. I'm still going to go play 9 holes after we're done with this show. I mean, look at it. It's going to be 75 degrees out there. And those guys are still on the first tee box.
Let's get over to the other team.
Folks, like Manolo says in golf, you suck. Just suck faster. Gosh.
Will Smith said something like that to his daughter. It went viral. I loved it. It was the greatest thing of all time. And then he slapped somebody, and that was the end of Will Smith. So let's get over to the other team in the the Pima Aztec Holiday Classic. That's 2 weeks in a row we've had back-to-back tournaments.
Oh, if I could just do tournament basketball every day for the rest of my sports calling career, I'd be a happy man.
Well, Dave, that's 2 weeks in a row as well that the Douglas Bulldogs were in the final of a tournament, and unfortunately, again, they're the bridesmaid, never the bride. The Douglas Bulldogs couldn't close it out here in the Pima bracket. Buena was in the Aztec bracket of the Pima Aztec Holiday Classic. If you might have noticed, the name sounds familiar. That's at Pima Community College, home of the Aztecs. But the Douglas Bulldogs are currently 8-6, I think. I had to add a few games on there. It's 6-4, but they were missing a few of the tournament games.
Yeah.
They went 2-1 last week, and none of the stats are uploaded, but they did adjust their stats a little bit. So Diego Lopez, Mr. Here, There, Everywhere for the Douglas Bulldogs, goes 23-4 now, down from 29. He does have, I'm just going to do the points because the points are the only accurate one. Ryan Felix, 17.9 points a game, almost 18, and Elmer Maitarena, 11.4 points per game. So the Douglas Bulldogs still there. They just got to figure out how to close out these tournaments and possibly close out these games when they get into playoff contention. Well,
like, Felix looks really good. Lopez is obviously really good. They're looking for their identity right now. They have not found that offensive identity.
Yeah.
Like, they're going, it's early in the season. The talent is there.
They get their transition game. The half-court game definitely needs a little bit of work.
Yeah. So Douglas will. I mean, the boys are good. They're only going to get better. Again, we're in December. We go all the way through March in this thing, so they're going to be just fine. Let's talk about our favorite team, the Douglas Lady Bulldogs, baby.
Second, one of the 2 best teams in Cochise. We can't put them on the same court together, but either Buena boys or Douglas girls.
I'm pretty sure the Douglas girls would run them out of the gym. So Doug's girls are 10-1 on the year. They haven't played a regional game yet. They did play 1 game last week. They beat Casa Grande easily. Scarlett Ruiz, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. And also Julissa Quinada, 15 points.
Quijada.
Yes. Excuse me. 15 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 3 steals. Their next game is January 8th against Thatcher.
And again, with the Douglas Lady Bulldogs, I have to say it every time because she doesn't show up in the box score like Francia, Julissa, or Scarlett show up. But Carolina Anguiano is the engine to that team, to be honest with you.
That's your sports guy right there, Douglas.
Dave, it comes back to the championship game against the Benson Lady Bobcats, who might have the single best female player, and I know we can argue Francie and Scarlett and all that stuff, but they got Kaylee Taylor, who was just going scorched earth on everybody, and in that game she did, and it was a close game because Carolina was in foul trouble in the first quarter, and then Carolina stopped committing fouls, and all of a sudden Douglas wins by 30. So
that's your sports guy right there.
I love the unsung here. I'm an offensive lineman. Okay, the only time you're in the paper is when you did something wrong. So.
What the seg? Look at the segue. Let's talk about the Lady Bobcats. 10-6 on the year. No win, no games in the region yet. They did have 2 games last week. They lost to Phoenix Christian.
Who doesn't? We're going to talk about
42-35, and they beat Tanque Verde 52-26. No stats on the Lady Bobcats. Come on, you're good at this. We need stats. Their next game is January 7th at home against
head coach Taylor is actually Kaylee Taylor's father. I found that out to Amy. Remember, Amy's the one that helped us out. We found out that she was actually Kaylee Taylor's mother. And she says that she's got some young kids coming up that could rival Kaylee Taylor in basketball. So we'll be watching out for the Benson Bobcats and Lady Bobcats.
We didn't see this one coming with the Lady Bobcats. We did not see this coming.
I think they're going to be. I think they got to get it together now. Again,
they're 10-6. They're fine. They're good.
I thought you said they just Desert Christian. Everyone.
They lost. Oh, Phoenix Christian.
Phoenix Christian, yes. Whatever.
I thought you said
Desert Christian.
They only lost by 7. Stupid.
Doesn't
Phoenix
matter.
Christian.
This shows you how much I've been paying attention.
To all the 0 fans for Phoenix Christian that are watching this, I don't like you.
Let's get over to the Benson Bobcats. Not as positive of a note. They're currently 2-10. They went 0-2 last week, and it's one of those things. And I don't want to sit here and be like what if kind of person or whatever, and be like, oh, those are good losses, but they are losing by single digits, and it's towards the end of the games, they just kind of lose themselves.
They don't have a closer. Yeah, they don't have a Mariano Rivera.
But let's talk about Dominic Villa, who is one of our all Cochise first teamers in the preseason. 12.6 points per game, 3.1 assists per game. Luke Chapman coming on strong with 8.1 points a game and 1.4 steals a game. And here we go with Dawson Judd, who's really throwing his body around, getting physical, which is what I like to see, and it shows up in the box score. 7.6 points per game, 8.1 rebounds per game. Obviously, leading rebounder for the Benson Bobcats.
Dawson
3
Judd,
steals
8
a game for Dawson Judd.
Okay.
Football players, man.
I was like, man, he's not even that big. 8 rebounds a game. You don't have to be big to rebound.
You're not wrong about that. Let's continue our 2A coverage. Dave transitioned us over there. We'll get over to the Bisbee Pumas. And the Bisbee Pumas currently 8-8. They went, I don't have stats for them that were different from last week's. They currently went 1-1 last week. They lost to Desert Christian, who, remember, won the Benson Holiday Classic over the Douglas Bulldogs. We know exactly how good that team is. Tyson Dobbins, who did put up 36 in this game against the Bisbee Pumas, had the lead going in the fourth quarter, lost 66-61, I believe. Hi, Laura, how you doing?
Merry Christmas.
Laura Wilson.
That's what Bisbee does. We take leads into the fourth quarter. That's what we do.
It's a brand new team for the Bisbee Pumas.
They are. You know what, Mike Hernandez? If you get your hands on this video, you're coaching up right now. Like, you're really, really coaching this team really well. 8-8. I don't care about that. The team is playing really well. They're moving without the ball. Like, they look really good. So.
And we've seen what we call in soccer a give and go a lot. I don't know what you call it in basketball. They just throw it in. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, they're doing it right, and hopefully they can get it together and make a state playoff run. We got some Phoenix Christian to take care of in the postseason bracket, which will not be
If Lopez beats Phoenix Christian, I swear to God. I know he can. If he pulls that off, we've lost to Phoenix Christian the last 2 years. If you're not familiar, when we had our Jose Mendez, and we haven't been able to beat this team. If we go into those playoffs and beat Phoenix Christian with Lopez, I will die.
Well, I mean, Desert Christian's going to be one of the best teams in 2A. They have the size. And Desert Christian's the one they just lost to. Desert Christian has beaten every single Cochise County team, including the Douglas Bulldogs. A very good team. Shout out Diego Lopez. Almost had the game-tying 3 at the end, but
that doesn't sound very Christmassy.
Anyway, let's get over to the Lady Pumas.
Lady Pumas are 5-6 on the year, 2-2 in their region. They beat Desert Christian 42-40 in overtime. Deal with that. Go Pumas. Their next game, I got no stats on that game, but their next game is January 7th at home against Leading Edge Academy.
All right, so we expect to win there from the Douglas.
And the other team that really has surprised me this year, let's go to the Lady Cowboys out of Wilcox, the Cowgirls. 8-1 on the year, 1-0 in their region.
Shout out Maddie Bennett.
No games last week, but their next game will be January 7th at Benson.
Huh. That's going to be a good one.
That's
we're
gonna
going to be there for that.
We might have to be there for that one.
I already said I was going to be there for
the
that.
Cowgirls and the Lady Bobcats. Yeah, we might have to be there for that.
Yeah, I know, right? We kind of have to.
All of a sudden, that becomes like the 2A game of the year. So congratulations, Benson and Wilcox, for creating some stuff.
Yeah, before we get on to the Wilcox
Cool
Cowboys.
we have Cool FM Sports.
We're on Cool FM, and I got to say, Dave, I'm so done with iPhone. With the way the audio's working right now and the way the camera looks crystal clear. I don't know why I ever switched from an Android.
Jobs is full of crap, man.
He is, for sure. I guess we'll just have to wait and see and make sure that my camera doesn't overheat with everything we're doing. But for right now, everything's just solid gold. Thank you so much, not Steve Jobs. Let's get over to the Wilcox Cowboys.
What's he up to these days?
That was mean. Wilcox 6-4 currently. Remember, their biggest win, I would probably say that they say, is over the Bisbee Pumas. Currently 6-4, 1-0. Everyone's on Christmas break.
Yeah, that Bisbee win. Yeah.
Last week, J.D. Wetton led the team in scoring in that one game. He had 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Caden Hooper 10 points and 7 rebounds, and then Ty Scholl. We love Ty Scholl, so anytime we can get him in the broadcast, let's get him in the broadcast. 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals in that ball game for the Wilcox Cowboys.
He's exactly what you would assume he would be on a basketball court. He's a pest.
Pesky little Ty Scholl.
Merry Christmas, Ty.
But yeah, so that's the Wilcox Cowboys, man. In the driver's seat, I think in 2A in Cochise County so far. Tombstone Yellow Jackets did get a win last week. Currently 1-1 last week, but currently 4-10. No stats on them. I mentioned Coach Heck. Let's get these boys some recognition. We got some all Cochisian teams to put together, and Kobe Collins was in there, and it looks like the way Jabari Thomas and Givens play, like they could be making a run at it too. So let's get them there.
Like you said, they
just
got talent.
Recognition. They do. Talent. They just got to play together.
And let's talk about our other favorite team, the Lady Yellow Jackets. 13-3, 3-0 in their region. They just look good. They beat Valley Union 58-20 last week. No stats.
That's
Coach
a good
Valenzuela. Their next game is January 7th. They're at home against Desert Christian, who just lost to Bisbee.
So that's a win for the Tombstone Yellow Jackets. Shout out again, Rachel Thursby for 1,000 career points. They finally put it up on Cool FM.
Yes.
They used a much better picture than they did for Sebastian Lopez.
How lucky are we down here? We get Gabby Lopez, Jose Mendez, Sebastian Lopez, Rachel Thursby,
and Nissa Hawkins.
How lucky
Maddie
are we
Bennett,
down here?
Who Mia Mangaro last year for the Wilcox Cowgirls. Kaylee Taylor.
Yeah, how lucky are we down? We are just lucky. We're blessed. God bless.
Who else are we missing? We're missing a lot of. Bro, talk about the Wilcox or the Tombstone Lady Yellow Jackets. Briella Schuler.
I'm saying all these 1,000-point scorers.
Brooklyn Penrose.
Here. Look at the football. Landon Ward. We are blessed down here. We're blessed. And baseball, of course. Every team in baseball.
Cannot wait for baseball. Every team in the postseason. And we're returning defending champion Bisbee Pumas. Not to be lost. The Benson Bobcats made it to the semifinals, and everyone thought they were in turmoil last year.
All of them made it into the second round. It was.
Shout out Wilcox for upset of the century.
It's ALA.
Special, Ant-Man.
So we're back to basketball. Let's talk about the Valley Union Lady Blue Devils. 3-6 on the year. They lost to Tombstone. No shame in that game. 58-20. They did beat Patagonia 48-19. No stats. The game is January 6th against Duncan.
Well, Patagonia was. I thought Valley Union Blue Devil boy
they threw
team
them in the lake.
Was going to go ahead and get their first win against Patagonia, but unfortunately that was not the case. Valley Union went 0-2, bringing their overall record 0-7. The boys just in a rebuilding year. Again, we talk about Landon Glenn and Dylan Mitchell not being on that team anymore. Your primary ball handler, your primary scorer are gone. So it's going to be tough for the Valley Union Blue Devils. Let's get over to the other AIA 1A team, the St. David Tigers, who are currently on break, obviously, 5-5. 0-2 last week. I didn't get the stats for the tournament. They went up to the Eastern Arizona Community College tournament. Thatcher. They were in Thatcher. I can't remember what it was called. Shout out Katie McDonald for the help on this one and the stats. I did get the last 3 wins they had. So 2 weeks ago, I got stats for the St. David Tigers. Keston Richardson in that week had 13.6 rebounds per game. Also put up 16.7 points per game. Another Richardson to deal with in St. David, Arizona. Gannon Carafa in that time had 11 points per game, 7.1 rebounds per game. Gannon, I expected him to get double digits on rebounding, but it is what it is. Oh, dude, shout out again to Keston Richardson, who had a triple-double versus Duncan with points, rebounds, and 10 steals.
Wow.
For the kid.
Another Richardson down the pipeline, as we always say.
Go ahead with the St. David Lady, defending champion St. David Lady Tigers.
That's a ring. They are turning it around like we knew they would. They're 5-7 on the year. They're 2-0 in their region. They did lose their one game last week to Fort Thomas, 60-27. No stats. Their next game is on January 7th at Safford.
Okay, Safford's a big school. We'll see what that's a couple classes up for the Lady Tigers. We'll see what they can do. Getting over to San Simone, the boys, 3-8 currently on the season. Again, no stats, 0-2. They don't know who we are. We've never been to San Simone.
I don't even know where it is. I know it's in Cochise County.
It's right next to Wilcox. It's actually past Wilcox, San Simone, and Bowie.
Okay. Oh, Bowie. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to get there. Yeah, they actually used to combine schools to make a team, is what I saw, because on Max Preps it had Bowie/San Simone.
I'll tell you what. When San Simone jumps into our chat and starts interacting with us, we'll go out there and find a game.
I hashtagged them, so we'll see if somebody randomly catches that hashtag. But how the Lady Longhorns doing?
Let's see, 5-7 on the year, 1-2 in their region. Let's see, they played Duncan last night. I don't have a score on that game. Their next game is January 7th at the Gregory School. So they're playing good teams.
Gregory School.
Like San Simone ain't screwing around. They jumped right into this thing, and they're playing some teams.
Yeah, and the Gregory School boys team was a force last year. Not so much. I don't think the girls team is so much, but never take anyone lightly in this game, Dave. Basketball's a game of runs. All of a sudden, someone got hot from three-pointer, 4 for 4, and you're down 12.
We got the songs playing, the music playing. You know what the thing about living in Southeast Arizona is? Sierra Vista Golf Center? Baby, it's not cold outside. It's going to be 75 degrees out here today. Let's go.
It is in the shade. All we have to do is get in the sun, and we're fine.
Oh, no, I'm good right now.
I'm good here. I'm good, too.
If we were in the sun, I'd be, burning up.
We'll switch over to the Buena Academy Eagles before we get to our last team, and there's a reason we're saving them for last. Breen currently 0-5, 0-1 last week, on break, no stats for the boys, and the only person I saw returning that was playing last year for the football team was Isaac Maryland. I don't think he's on the team this year, so there's going to be some turnover for the Buena Academy Eagles.
As I told you, I finally met a Marine player last night. I had told him to put coach put stats online. Maybe we can learn a little bit about this team. I know just as little about the girls, 1-3. One game last week they lost to A+ Charter, 64-17. Their next game is on January 9th at Alta Vista. But again, I got nothing on this team.
No, not at all. So let's jump over to the ALA. Let's start with the girls team, Dave.
Who?
ALA Sierra Vista. Head coach Jeremy Rhodes. Nothing at all, huh?
Nothing on the internet.
All right, so we'll jump over to the boys team. ALA Sierra Vista, currently on a hot win streak of 5, I believe, was reported on Cool FM Live.
That's right, because they got the kid.
Yeah, they're 2-0 last week.
Man over there, Jamal Crawford Jr.
So all they had were points in there, and averaging 41 points per game in those 2 victories. CJ Williams. Let's not lose it. Fabulous freshman Porter Jones, 13.5 points per game. So CJ Williams has found his running mate over there in ALA Sierra Vista. Porter Jones, he's a freshman. There's a couple more freshmen on that team. They get to double digits. Trust me, we'll be shouting you out in the box score here, folks. But yes, ALA Sierra Vista looking pretty tough in the Canyon Athletic Association.
You got Jamal Crawford Jr. over there scoring 50 a game. You're going to be fine. My goodness.
I think that's going to do it for our high school coverage. We will be on break until January, folks. So. We will have a little bit different of a show next week, and I'm just
next week is December 31st.
Yeah,
it's not January.
I know.
You said we're on break till January.
The high school basketball is on break. We'll be here, or I'll be here, because we're going to finally finish up our football recognitions. I'm giving them one more week to make the all-Arizona team in the AIA. We still have to shout out Canyon Athletic. Buena Academy Eagles players made it. Unfortunately, ALA Sierra Vista players didn't make it at all. Shout out to all the people helping me with that one. But, yeah, I guess ALA making the playoffs doesn't have April Krause. Shout out April Krause. Doesn't have a team player on the All Canyon Athletic team.
Huh.
I know, right? Anyway, that's going to do it for our high school coverage. Dave, do you have a few questions for your boy here?
You know I do. All right, I was going to go just full messing with him this week. I'm not going to do that. We're going to keep this civil. So, question number 1, 3-question quizzy for Pizzy. Pizzy, is a ball boy allowed to call a timeout?
No,
Then why did you do it?
he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
We all saw it.
He pointed to Andy Reid.
I want you to defend your Kansas City Chiefs to these lovely people over here. Ball boys are calling timeouts.
They're not.
They're just doing whatever they want over there. They're holding
objectively
everybody. They're getting defensive holdings on offensive holdings. I mean, it's Christmas miracle over there for the Chiefs every week. Defend yourself.
I don't need to defend. The ball boy didn't take a timeout. Defend yourself for thinking that was a
Tapped him
timeout
on the shoulder
and pointed to Andy Reid.
Isn't it the coach's job to get the ref's attention?
Is it the ref's job to get the coach's attention when he's calling timeout? So if this happened to the Seahawks, you'd be bitching or you'd be complaining about the refs. But since it's the Chiefs, go ahead, come on, keep it going. Do a real question, please.
No, I mean, literally, they can do whatever they want at this point. The Kansas City Chiefs don't even need an opposition out there. They could just have their long 5-yarder to play drives, just playing against themselves, and no matter what, Chiefs win.
That's just how it goes, babe. When you're a good
Chiefs win.
team, you want to. Do I need the bookmarks out for you? Do I need to get all the social media bookmarks out for you?
Oh man! It gets funnier every week.
Here's the thing I loved about the discourse on the internet is Carl Sheffers was officiating our game. Our worst record with an official is Carl Sheffers. The splits between
12-1,
14-8 now. But yeah, that's what happens when you have a good team. Patrick Mahomes, baby. He doesn't have a losing record against anyone. But anyway, so you might remember Carl Sheffers has the 2 worst calls in NFL history, the roughing the passer against Chris Jones and the offensive offside that took the single best play of NFL history away when Travis Kelce lateraled back to cleared areas, Tony. But anyway, so the discourse on the internet was, Carl Sheffers is a Kansas City fan. I was just laughing about that.
You know, the 2 worst calls ever happened against the Chiefs. Did you notice that? What a coincidence. 2 worst calls ever were against the Chiefs, huh?
Yeah.
2 worst calls in the NFL history.
Show me a different one.
Second question for Pizzy. I know you're not the jealous type. Charlie Woods is out here hitting hole-in-ones. We're going to go out here and hit hole-in-8s. And this kid is 14 years old hitting hole-in-ones.
15.
How jealous are you
15.
of Charlie Woods? This kid, man.
How can you be jealous of Charlie Woods? First of all, he's the spawn of Tiger Woods. So automatically he's the greatest kid of all time. Everyone just wants to see him succeed. Secondly,
that swing though,
when you have the greatest golfer that's ever been,
let me swing like that.
You kind of just know how to swing a golf club because he's going to tell you every step of the way that's not what you do. And the reason I love golf is the little nuances and things in it, and especially in the golf swing. If you cock your wrist that much, all of a sudden you're in the woods instead of in the center of the fairway. So it's fun to see. I love seeing the Woodses out there. I saw I didn't watch the PNC Championship at all. I went in on YouTube, not just for the highlights, but for the Woodses highlights.
Yeah, of course.
Then I saw the hole-in-one going. I'm like, of course, Charlie Woods. You know what Tiger said to him? It's cute. He got his first hole-in-one at 15. I had my first one at 6.
Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you folks at home so you know what this is. My father is a really good golfer, right? My father is 69 years old. My father's never hit a hole-in-one.
Shout out Rob Davies.
69 years old, and he's never done this. The kid is a child. He's like, hey, watch me throw one in real quick. And my dad's iron game is on par, okay? The guy doesn't miss. He's never done it. So just so you know what a hole-in-one is, and then stupid Amar's hit 4 of them or something.
How? Right? Probably.
He's hit 4. He hit 2 of them on number 4 at Mountain View. All right, and my last question, this has been a big thing right now, and you as the casual fan, I'd like to know your opinion on this. What NBA rule changes would you like to see to make this a more watchable product for you, the casual fan?
Casual fan like you are for football. Just kidding, I'm sorry. I should have thrown it in there in the first question. Either which way. Dave, I would like to see the court widened or just eliminate the corner 3 altogether, and we have a 3-point that extends from the elbow to the top of the key to the other elbow, and we move it back 10 feet. I don't know what else to do here because the product is not conducive to watching right now. It's the luck of the draw. It goes back to, we had Coach Baker on it. We kind of touched on it a little bit. For me, it's just a random way to win. And we're taking percentages when we think about Like baseball, everyone loves that it's so hard to hit a baseball. But if someone does it 3 out of 10 times, oh my goodness, it's crazy. Now we got people jacking up 3 of 10 3-pointers.
Well, we have
4 of 10,
centers
sorry.
doing this. Carl Anthony
And we have
Towns, Nikola Jokic. I mean,
and
like, our big guys are
But
doing
the difference is, like, you have higher percentages to hit. You can work a higher percentage shot. And because hitting a baseline jumper is 50% and a 3-pointer is 38%, now all of a sudden, because the 2 versus the 3, it's just a crap product to watch. I don't know how else to say it.
I hate you, Daryl Morey.
Every single time I've turned on the NBA, I've tried to get into a game, mainly the Phoenix Suns or anyone, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. A drive and a kick out. A drive and a kick out. And there's a couple rules floating around. Our favorite media personality, Nick Wright, make a dunk worth 3 points. But
I don't like that one, but
I'm not the biggest fan. I think making the game more physical would benefit as well, where this drive and dish.
These made out of glass players can't play as it is.
Well, if the drive and dish, like, is a thing, because somebody has to come in and help. So if we can get a little bit physical on the person that's driving, and just because my body's touching him when he's going up for a layup, that can't be a foul anymore. And then we don't have to collapse defense and bring him in there, and then we have everyone guarding 3-point shot. I don't know, man. I don't know if there's a way you can fix the NBA right now. Ooh. Something's going to happen. Like, it's going to upset people that love
They're going to have to disrupt tradition and just
that's
fix
what
this
it's going to upset people. It's going to upset the record books, but it's just a product that I don't want to watch. The ratings have plummeted on the NBA lately.
Down 38%.
38%. That's almost
from last year.
That's
from last
and
year.
This was happening last year. Was it as egregious? No, until the Celtics won the championship. How you doing, sir? But I don't know, man. It's a crap product, and everyone gives baseball stick, and there's rules I don't agree with baseball, but they made their game more exciting, and their ratings were, and their World Series were. There's playoff games that were rated higher than basketball.
More baseball this year than they have in a very long time.
Exactly. So, I don't know. The NBA is going to be crap. Just continue to watch our programs and our broadcasts here on Cool FM Live if you want to watch real basketball. The kids aren't as good as putting the buckets in against as NBA players are. Or maybe they are, because who knows? They're just standing at the 3-pointer shooting 30%, so whatever.
That was my 3-question question for Pizzy, and he nailed it as he always does.
Man, anyway, that's going to do it for anything that I have to do with this show. It's time. He's ranting, he's raving. That's what we call Dave, and it's time for Dave's diatribe. Dave, take it away.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a blessed holiday. This is my favorite time, my favorite day of the year. Merry Christmas. I just want everybody to just have a wonderful day. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Eat some food. Open a present or two. Hopefully you gave more than you get. That's tradition in my household. But just Merry Christmas. I love y'all.
What a diatribe. Good job, Dave. That's going to do it for us. We're going to have another short show next week, but if we do fill up the chat, Dave will be giving away free golf at the Sierra Vista Golf Center.
I'm trying. Y'all got to show up for me to give away free golf.
As always, this is brought to you by Synergy Home Care, non-medical home care all across Cochise County. Yes, you can get that paid for. Yes, Dave, if you take care of a loved one, as I know your parents did for a long time, you can get paid from the state of Arizona for doing that. So call Synergy today at 520-685-1035 to figure out how that could happen.
I take care of my wife. I mean, that counts. I mean,
does she struggle with activities of daily living?
She does. Well, she struggles cleaning the kitchen.
Physically, not mentally.
So thank you to Sierra Vista Golf Center at Pueblo Del Sol. Tomorrow, golf special, anytime afternoon, $29 to come down here and play a round of golf. Also, one last time, thank you to Texas Roadhouse. Last time I can do this, mention our show, you get free fried pickles, free potato skins. That means you go to Roadhouse tonight, get free fried pickles or free potato skins just for mentioning that you saw our ugly mugs. It's that easy. But thank you, folks. Again, have yourselves a merry little Christmas. We'll see you next week.